Hollywood actors have agreed to extend talks with major studios, averting a potential second labor strike in the entertainment industry this summer, on top of the ongoing walk-off by the Writers Guild of America. The SAG-AFTRA, or Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, represents Hollywood actors, and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers represents major studios. They said they would unanimously extend their contract past its expiry date on Friday through to July 12th. It gives both sides more time to work out a deal. A-list stars, including Jennifer Lawrence and Meryl Streep, said this week they were ready to walk off the job if negotiators failed to reach a transformative deal on higher base pay and safeguards around the use of artificial intelligence. In a message to members on Friday, SAG-AFTRA's negotiators said no one should, quote, mistake this extension for weakness. Instead, they said the extension was reached in order to exhaust every opportunity for a contract they all demand and deserve. Negotiations come at a difficult time for Hollywood studios, which are struggling to make streaming services profitable. Writers, actors, and producers also worry the rise of generative AI could threaten their jobs.
French Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin said at a press conference Saturday that, for a second night in a row, the country will mobilize 45,000 police officers in an effort to quell riots in major cities and suburbs over the police killing of a 17-year-old near Paris earlier in the week. Arrests have totaled more than 2,000 the past 2 nights, forcing President Emmanuel Macron to postpone his trip to Germany. The funeral for the teenager killed, Nael M., was on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Interior Minister had a warning for protesters, saying, quote, I think that everyone has understood that the state will not back down. I think, and let me say here, that the message given to parents is very important. Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire said more than 700 shops, supermarkets, restaurants, and bank branches had been ransacked, looted, and sometimes even burnt to the ground since Tuesday. Local authorities all over the country announced bans on demonstrations and ordered public transport to stop running in the evening. The shooting of the teen of North African descent that was caught on video has reignited long-standing complaints by poor and racially mixed urban communities of police violence and racism. The latest uprising is the worst crisis for Macron's leadership since the Yellow Vest protests which paralyzed much of France in late 2018.
We think more than 1.5 million people in London celebrating this wonderful community, the LGBTQ+ community. It's one of the reasons why we're the greatest city in the world. We are celebrating the progress made over the last 50 years, but recognising there are still needs to campaign and to protest to make sure there is no discrimination, prejudice, hatred or violence against this community.
Celebrate everybody, transgenders' rights, everything. We need to make sure that everyone feels included, and that's what we want to do, yeah? And today is a day to celebrate, but we mustn't forget all the human rights, the injustice. We've got to make sure that, this is a day of celebration, but it's a day of fighting, also standing by, side by side by everybody who feels injustice in the world, yeah? And we can't forget that, so it's important.
Van alle vormen van onvrijheid is slavernij wel het meest kwetsend, het meest vernederend, het meest mensonterend. Een medemens zien als koopwaar waarover je naar goeddunken kunt beschikken. Als een willoos werktuig om winst mee te maken. Dat je kunt vastketenen, verhandelen, brandmerken, afbeulen, straffen, straffeloos doden zelfs. De afgelopen tijd hebben de koningin en ik veel gesprekken gevoerd in Nederland en op de eilanden in het Caribisch deel van het Koninkrijk. We hebben gesproken met mensen die hun wortels hebben in Suriname en ook met mensen die een binding hebben met Indonesië. Onder hen mensen die maar 3 generaties terug hoeven te gaan voor een familielid dat in slavernij werd geboren. Zij hebben ons duidelijk gemaakt hoezeer de pijn nog steeds in de haarvaten zit. Wij dragen de gruwelijkheid van het slavernijverleden met ons mee. De gevolgen daarvan zijn vandaag nog steeds te voelen in racisme in onze samenleving. Op 19 december vorig jaar heeft de minister-president namens de Nederlandse regering excuses aangeboden voor het feit dat mensen in naam van de Nederlandse staat eeuwenlang tot handelswaar zijn gemaakt, zijn uitgebuit en mishandeld. Vandaag sta ik hier voor u. Als uw koning en als deel van de regering maak ik vandaag deze excuses zelf.